ma'am, I was facing network issue.
Okay, okay. Actually, network issues are quite common nowadays. Acha, tell me one thing. Is it raining like cats and dogs in your areas also? It's raining here for last 2 days. What about your location?
No, ma'am, our area is not raining.
Not raining, but here at Jharkhand, it's raining so like cats and dogs. Raining so means it's not drizzling, it's raining cats and dogs. बहुत ज्यादा बारिश हो रही है, बहुत ज्यादा. Pritha, we have a new student. Pritha, Navya, Mahika, Kanika, Ankita. Hi, Neetu. Hi, dear Neetu. Are you new here? Hello, Payal. Joining after so long. Where were you last class?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. How are you all?
Ma'am, I'm fine.
You're fine,
Ma'am, I'm
Mahika?
also fine.
I'm also fine. Okay. So, my dear lovely students, tell me what do you want to learn today? Tell me, come on. We will do the same thing. Yes, my dear lovely students, tell me what do you want to learn today? So, आज आप क्या सीखना चाहते? You have joined. Still, I'm waiting for my. Sorry. Okay, you want to learn telephone etiquettes, Rahul? You want to learn that telephone etiquettes? Is that so? Okay. So surely today I haven't prepared for telephone etiquettes. That is called telephone etiquettes. So I'll definitely tell you, definitely I'll take a class tomorrow. How to take, what are the steps that we need to take a call? That is called telephone etiquettes. Okay. Okay, my dear lovely students. So here we are. Before we are going, let's start in dialogue reading activity. Okay. First, we will start the class with a dialogue reading activity, and then we will continue to our main class. Got it? Hi, Umesh. Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
Umesh.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, dear. How are you? Hello,
I'm
Supriya
fine.
Malik. Hello, Zakia.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine, dear. How are you? So those who
I'm
have
fine.
those who are taking this class, this is if there this is a first class, so welcome to Tree Campus. So if you are not aware about this class, let me tell you, Tree Campus is an organization who helps you to speak English fluently, which also helps you to prepare for the interview. So whether you are a work professional or a school going, or you're preparing for the interview, or you're preparing for a government exams, So this is a one-stop solution for all your problems related to English. So please, if you haven't downloaded Tree Campus yet, I request you to download soon. And yes, one more thing. If any of your friends find difficulties to speak English, you can recommend about this class also. Okay? All right. So first, we will begin our class with the dialogue reading activity. Okay? So I give an entire dialogue section to one student. Since we have 10 students with us right now, so all 10 students will get an opportunity to learn too, and then we will come to the next class, next topic. Okay? Before that, okay, so here first I would like to start from the below. So let's give chance to Zakia. Hello, Zakia. Yes, Zakia. Start reading. Yes, Zakia, start reading. Yes, Zakia. Start reading, dear. Zakia, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, mic is mute.
Whose mic is mute? Your mic is mute?
Yes, ma'am.
I have not muted your mic. Yes, you can say. You can say now. Start reading. Is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start reading.
Good morning, Professor Austin. How are you doing? Next, also, ma'am.
Of course, the entire dialogue section will be read by you, my dear.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, James. I'm doing well, and you? I'm great, thank you. This is my friend Ima. She is thinking about applying to this college. She has a few questions. Would you mind telling us about the process, please? Hello, Ima. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm more than happy to speak with you. Please stop by my office next week. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Thank you so much for helping us. Don't mind, it's helpful. I will be able to answer your question. Madam Vedika. I'm done.
Okay, Zakia.
Yes, ma'am.
Zakia. So in the last dialogue, where it is written minded, it's written don't mention it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So you have to
Okay,
be
ma'am.
very careful. But yes, I must appreciate your efforts, my dear. You have tried your level best to modulate your voice according to the sentence. Keep it up, my dear. All
Thank you, ma'am.
right. So as I have said, that I'll start from the beginning. So after Z, it will be V. Veena. Veena, next slide for you, my dear. Start from the below, I said. Yes, Veena, over to you.
मैम रीड करना है
Say, ma'am, do I have to read? Yes, my dear, you have to read. Start reading. You have to read all the dialogues here.
ओके जैन हाय हेलन हाउ इज इट गोइंग हेलन फाइन थैंक्स एंड यू जैन जस्ट फाइन वेयर आर यू ऑफ टू हेलन टू द लाइब्रेरी I have got a history exam next week and need to start studying. Yeah, like then. Oh no. Well, I'll say see you later then. Good luck, Helen. Thanks. See you later.
Thank you so much, dear. So now, let me see. Okay, very good. But yes, you know what, Veena, what you need to do, my dear? Huh? You need to work really hard on your reading. You know how to read, but the voice modulation was missing. Voice modulation wo missing tha, but except voice modulation, everything was perfect. All right. Now I would like to give chance to Umesh. Umesh, ready, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here it is. Yes. Formal introduction.
Mm, Margaret, Mr. Wilson, ID like you to me. Take not, take not, take not, take not. Here. ID like you to meet Dr. Edward Smith. Mr. Wilson, it's nice to meet you, Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith. Pleasure to meet you too, Margaret.
Yes.
Doc- Dr. Smith is an economist. He just finished writing a book on international trade. Mr. Wilson, oh, that's my field. Do I work for the United Nations, Dr. Smith, in the development program by any chance? Mr. Wilson, yes, how did you guess, Dr. Smith? I have read your articles on technical ये क्या है? Assistance. They
Assistance.
they are assistance. They are excellent.
Yes, my dear, you know what? You have
Yes,
read. First of all, it's I'd. Mr. Wilson, not Wilson, it's Wilson. And second thing, it's I'd. It's the short form of I would. Okay. So
okay,
it's I'd. Next is you have read it is sister is assistance. And I would like to request you one thing, my dear. Don't speak, avoid speaking in Hindi. This is a spoken language platform. So whether you speak incorrectly, I am ready to accept your incorrect answers. But please, please, please don't speak in Hindi here. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
Umesh?
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
All
ma'am. Okay.
right. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, my dear lovely people. I can see some new students here. So can I have a quick chit chat with new students? Hello, Amin. Hi, Amin. Okay, I guess. Okay, so Umesh. Umesh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Umesh, now you have to pay attention. So I'm giving chance to one of my brightest student, and she will tell you how to read it. Okay, so
Okay,
you
okay.
only have to listen her. Not only Umesh, everyone can listen. Rupali, over to you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, dear.
Can
And those who are raising hand, it's
I
okay, they
start?
will get chance. Yes, my dear, you can start.
Margaret. Mr. Wilson, I'd like to meet Dr. Edward Smith. Mr. Mr. Wilson, it's nice to meet you, Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, pleasure to meet you too. Margaret. Dr. Smith is an economist. He just finished writing a book on international trade. Mr. Wilson, oh, that's my field too. I work for the United Nations. Dr. Smith, in the development program by any chance? Mr. Wilson, yes. How did you guess? Dr. Smith, I have read your articles on technical assistance. They are excellent.
That's absolutely fine. Very good, Rupali. That is what I'm looking for. You not only have to read, but at the same time, you have to modulate your voice according to the sentence. So very good. Excellent. Now, let me see how many students have raised hand. Okay. Okay, let's start with Mahika because Mahika was the first student to raise hand. Mahika, over to you, dear. Now you will show me like Rupali Didi has spoken. So you have to just imitate Rupali Didi. Okay, come on, start reading.
Margaret. Mr. Wilson, I did like you to meet Dr. Edward Smith. Mr. Wilson, it's nice to meet you, Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, pleasure to meet you too. Margaret, Dr. Smith is an economist. He just finished writing a book on international trade. Mr. Wilson, oh, that's my field too. I work for the United Nations. Dr. Smith, in the development program by any chance. Mr. Wilson, yes. How did you guess, Dr. Smith? I have read your articles on technical assistance. They are excellent. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Mahika, although you have read very well, my dear, but yes, as I have already mentioned that there was some pronunciation mistake, but overall it was a good performance. All right, now I would like to give chance to Pritha. Pritha, this slide is for you, my dear. After Pritha, Kanika, after Kanika, Khushbu, and then Ankita. Okay, yes, yes, come on, start reading.
Zim. Who's the tall woman next to Barbara? That's her friend Mary. Didn't you meet her at Steve's party? No, I wasn't at Steve's party. Oh, then let me introduce you to her now. Mary, this is my friend Jim. Hi, Jim. Nice to meet you. You too. Would you like a drink? Sure. Let's go get on.
Very good, Pritha. But there is one pronunciation mistake. That is, it's Barbara, my dear. Barbara. Okay? All
Okay.
right. Now over to Kanika. Kanika, next slide for you.
Yes, ma'am. Natasha, what time is it? We are going to be late, Tony. It's a quarter after 7. We are on time. Don't panic, Natasha. But I thought we had to be at the restaurant by 7:30 for the surprise party. We'll never make it there with all this evening traffic, Tony. Sure, we will. Rush hour is almost over. Anyway, the party starts at 8, but I do need help with directions. Can you call the restaurant and ask them where we park our car?
All right. Very good, Kanika. So you have tried your level best to improve, to improvise yourself. So keep it up. Keep it up doing. All right. Next, Khushbu. Khushbu, this is for you, my dear. And Rahul, you can pay attention here. How does a phone call works? So we can take some ideas. Okay, Navya. Yes, Khushbu, over to you, dear.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, dear.
Johan, hi, Elise. It's John. How are you, Elise? Oh, hi, Johan. I was just thinking about you, Johan. That's nice. I was wondering if you would like to go to a movie tonight. Elise, sure. I did love to. What's playing? Johan, I was thinking about that new comedy Lights Hour. What do you think? Eli, sound great. Johan, okay, I will pick you up around 7:13. The movie start at 8. Eli, see you then bye.
Okay, Khushbu, my dear, you need to work really, really hard on your reading. Okay, now let's give chance to Ankita Yadav. Yes, Ankita, over to you, dear.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Joan. Hi, Alice. It's Joan. How are you? Alice. Oh, hi, Joan. I was just thinking about you. Joan. That's nice. I was wondering if you would like to go to a movie tonight. Alice. Sure, I would love to. What's playing? Joan. I was thinking about that new comedy Lights Out. What do you think? Alice. Sounds great. Joan. I will pick you up around 7:30. The movie starts at 8. Alice, see you then. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Khushbu. Very well said, Khushbu. Sorry, Ankita. Ankita, you have read really well. I hope so, Khushbu, you have taken care because you have spelled multiple words wrongly. So, yes, we are done with the first activity. And now the next activity is essay writing. So here we are not only learning how to speak English, but at the same time we are also learning how to write an effective essay. So anyone can tell me what was the last time they have written any essay? Anyone who can tell me? Yes. Anyone? Nobody. Come on, what about the school going students? Pritha, Navya, Payal? Yes. Have you ever written an essay in your school notebooks? You need to turn your mic on and you need to specify where have you written your first essay and what was the last essay that you have written, my dear students. Okay, nobody has written what about Pritha? Have you not written, my dear? Pritha, Mahika, what about you? Navya, Payal, where are you students? In class 12. Okay, so let's take to okay, so Mahika, yes, Mahika, I would like to hear from you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
What is the topic?
No, I have just asked a question. It means that you were not paying attention, dear. I have asked since you are reading in a school, so I just want to know where have you written the first essay or what have
Uh,
you written? It is about a friend or anything specifically.
Ma'am, and now I have written uh, at
Yes. Where have you written the first essay? Of course, at school you might
in,
have written, my dear. But I want to know.
ma'am, in school I have written the first essay.
In the school you have written. And what was the topic of that essay, Mahika?
My school.
My school. Okay. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, next, Pritha, would you like to comment on that? Pritha, would you like to comment on that, my dear? Pritha only say the things that is important for her. Until next, she doesn't comment on anything. When she wants to talk and when she wants to say, only then she will unmute herself. On the rest of the time, she will be muted or she will say, ma'am, I'm facing some network issue or I'm not able to unmute myself. Very good, Pritha. Thank you for being selfish. And whenever I ask you to unmute yourself, but you never unmute yourself. Whenever I am asking you to unmute. All right. So, anyone, Rupali, Veena, Zakia, Jyoti, anyone, you can tell me when was the last time you people have written or heard about essay. Zakia saying, ma'am, recently I wrote a essay, but in English. Of course, I'm asking for English essay क्योंकि मुझे हिंदी, मेरी हिंदी बोलने में बहुत अच्छी हूँ, लिखने में आई एम वेरी मच वीक. मतलब मेरी हालत बहुत ज्यादा नर्सरी के बच्चे से भी ज्यादा खराब है, स्पेशली इन टर्म्स ऑफ राइटिंग. क्योंकि मुझे इतना ज्यादा पैशन हो गया था इंग्लिश सीखने का, तो मैं हिंदी की तरफ मैंने कभी ध्यान ही नहीं दिया. आई हैव नेवर फोकस्ड ऑन, स्पेशली ऑन द रीडिंग पार्ट, आई हैव नेवर फोकस्ड ऑन द रीडिंग राइटिंग पार्ट. सो इसीलिए मैं कहूंगी कि मेरी हिंदी की राइटिंग, इनफैक्ट मेरी हैंड राइटिंग भी बहुत ही ज्यादा बुरी है हिंदी की, in terms of as compared to English, because I was literally, I got mad to learn this language. मैं एकदम literally I was so मतलब into this language क्योंकि मुझे English सीखनी है. Okay, so yes, now I would like to share about essay. Let me show you. So this is the general essay writing. Those who are unmuted or muted, those who are unmuted, please mute yourself back. Okay, so now I would like to give chance to Marusa. Hi, Marusa. Marusa have joined after so long. Where were you, Marusa?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening,
Hello,
ma'am.
evening, dear. So, Marusa, I want you to read this. Okay, you wrote an occasion of
मैम मेरा
independence.
पर्सनल कुछ इशू के लिए मैं ज्वाइन आफ्टर लॉन्ग टाइम ज्वाइन नहीं हो पाया.
इट्स ओके, कोई बात नहीं. अभी आपके सामने एक स्क्रीन है जिसमें हम लोग आज ऐसे राइटिंग, हम वी आर ऑलरेडी डन विद वन एक्टिविटी. हम लोगों ने एक डायलॉग राइटिंग का एक्टिविटी किया है, डायलॉग रीडिंग का. अब हम लोग अपना दूसरा एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं, दैट इज ऐसे राइटिंग टिप्स. तो आपकी स्क्रीन पर एक डेफिनेशन है ऐसे राइटिंग का, तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप उसको पढ़ें.
जनरल essay writing tips display that fact that, as Shakespeare said, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Sword,
So
sword.
the
Yes,
pen
sword. Sword means
itself
talwar.
the pen itself is not enough to
Enough,
make enough
enough.
enough to make an effective writer. In fact, thought we may all like to think of ourselves and the next Shakespeare's ins- inspiration alone is not the key to effective essay writing. You see, the conversation of English essay are more formulaic than you might think, and its many ways it can be as simple as counting to 5.
Okay. So now I want Ankita Yadav. Ankita, can you please read it again? And I
Sure,
want
ma'am.
Marusha, I want not only Marusha, I want everyone to please be attentive and see how this girl is reading. Okay? Yes, Ankita, over to you, my dear.
Despite the fact, as Shakespeare said, the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen itself is not enough to make an effective writer. In fact, though we may all like to think of ourselves as the next Shakespeare, inspiration alone is not the key to effective essay writing. You see, the conventions of English essays are more formulaic than you might think, and in many ways, it can be as simple as counting to 5.
Very good. Very well read, my dear. Excellent reading. Very well done. In fact, the pitch, the voice tone, it was needed because you are reading someone's dialogue. In the last class, we have learned not direct speech or indirect speech. So it is a direct speech. Okay, you are when something is written in inverted comma, na, it means that is a direct speech. When you are reading someone's speech, you have to read like it is written by you only. You are only speaking. Okay, so yes, my dear students. So this topic has been started with a very good note. That is, despite the fact that Shakespeare said. So Shakespeare has said something, and what has he said? He said that the pen itself is not enough to make an effective writer. Okay, so सिर्फ कलम ही जिम्मेदार नहीं होती एक अच्छा राइटर बनने के लिए. In fact, though we all like to think ourselves as the next Shakespeare. इसका मतलब, इसका मीनिंग कितना डीप है. मतलब सिर्फ कलम जिम्मेदार नहीं होती है, हम खुद भी जिम्मेदार होती है, हमारी हमारी माइंडसेट जिम्मेदार होती है, हमारा माहौल जिम्मेदार होता है. मतलब देर आर सेवरल असेंशियल थिंग, देर आर सेवरल अदर थिंग्स दैट इज एसोसिएटेड व्हेन यू हैव स्टार्टेड टू लर्न समथिंग न्यू. So here today we are talking about essay learning, how to write an effective essay. So it have started with a very good Shakespeare dialogue. Okay, we may, in fact, though we may all like to think of ourselves as the next Shakespeare, inspiration alone is not a key to effective essay writing. So you see, the conventions of English essays are more formulaic than you might think, and in many ways it can be as simple counting to 5. मुझे नहीं पता है कि स्कूल्स में अब कैसे पढ़ाया जाता है, बट मैंने जो इतने सालों के जो रिसर्च में जो मैंने किया है, वॉट एवर रिसर्च आई हैव डन, आई हैव फाउंड दैट इट इज बेस्ड ऑन अ प्रॉपर फॉर्मूला. देयर आर स्टेप्स लाइक इंट्रोडक्शन हैज अ स्टेप, लाइक पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच हैज अ स्टेप कि पहले हम सेंटेंस पढ़ेंगे, फिर हम नाउन पढ़ेंगे, फिर हम टेंस पढ़ेंगे, नहीं फिर हम वर्ब्स पढ़ेंगे, फिर हम टेंस पढ़ेंगे. So similarly, essay writing also have steps and it is based on a formula. Okay, and if you have just, if you know, if you are aware about the formula, so you can write the essay in as simple as you can. It's the most simplest way. So yes, without any further ado, let's start learning the tips of writing effective essay. Okay, so these are the 7 steps of writing an essay. So now I would like to invite Jyoti Verma to read the first steps. Yes, Jyoti.
Good
Over to
evening,
you.
ma'am.
Good evening, dear Jyoti.
Step 2, writing an essay. Follow these 7 steps for the best results. First, read and understand the prompt. Now, exactly what is being asked to you. It's a good idea to dissect the prompt into parts. Second, plan.
No, you don't have to read that.
So sorry. Okay. Okay.
So sorry. Pardon. Okay, so the first step says, wait a minute. So the first step says, read and understand the prompt. Suppose you have to read and understand. The prompt means something very instantly. मतलब कि आपको कोई भी चीज बहुत जल्दी समझना है, पढ़िए और उसको समझिए. Know exactly what is being asked of you. आपसे क्या पूछा गया है. It's a good idea to dissect the prompts into parts. और आपको, सॉरी, प्रॉम्प्ट का मतलब यहाँ पे जो आपको टॉपिक दिया गया है, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रॉम्प्ट. तो आप प्रॉम्प्ट को पहले पढ़िए, रीड अबाउट योर टॉपिक वेरी प्रॉपरली, और ये जानने की कोशिश करिए कि आपकी उसमें आपसे क्या पूछा गया है. जिसने भी आपको, अगर आपके टीचर ने दिया गया है या आपने एक कॉम्पिटिशन में पार्ट लिया है, उसमें पूछा गया है, तो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दे वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू. इट्स अ गुड आइडिया टू डिसेक्ट द प्रॉम्प्ट इनटू पार्ट्स. अब जो है, टॉपिक को अलग अलग हिस्सों में बांट दीजिए. जब भी हमें ऐसे लिखने दिया जाता है, तो ऐसे जो है, इट इज ऑल्सो कंसिडर्ड एक लाइन का डेफिनेशन. ऐसे इज अ ग्रुप ऑफ पैराग्राफ्स. तो ये जो पैराग्राफ्स है ना, इस इज, यू माइट हैव सीन दैट दीज पैराग्राफ्स आर categorized in different. First, it just states about the topic. Second, it states about the problem. Next, it talks about the conclusion. Okay, so it overall, it is a mixture of everything. Okay, so now I would like to request Kanika to read the second point. Yes, Kanika, over to you, dear. Kanika, it's yes, Kanika. Are you reading, Kanika? Okay, fine. I would like to give chance to Mahika. Mahika, start reading.
Okay, ma'am. Second point,
Yes, second point.
plan. Brainstorming and organizing your ideas will make your life much easier when you go to write your essay. It's it it is a good idea to make a web of your ideas and supporting details. Thank you, ma'am. I have done.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much. Okay, so brainstorming and organizing your ideas will make your life much easier when you go to write your essay. So brainstorming means brain exercise. Okay. So जब आप brain exercise करोगे, it means when you research about certain things, so obviously आपके brain की exercise हो रही है. And organizing your ideas, अपने सारे ideas को ना एक जगह collect करना है. Will make your life much easier when you go to write your essay. जब आप एक essay लिखने जाते हैं तब आपको ये सारी चीजें करनी, आपको सारा knowledge इकट्ठा करना होता है. You have to collect all the knowledge at once. It is a good idea to make a web of your ideas and supporting details. Make a web means जाल. यहाँ पे जाल का मतलब मकड़ी का जाल के बारे में बात नहीं है कर रही. We are not talking about. You have to make, मतलब पॉइंट, जैसे मकड़ी अपना जाल बहुत प्यार प्यार से आराम आराम से वन बाय वन करती है ना. यू ऑल्सो हैव टू मेक अ गुड आइडिया अबाउट वॉट एवर डिटेल्स यू हैव अबाउट द टॉपिक. ओके, ऑलराइट. नेक्स्ट उमेश, यू विल बी रीडिंग द नेक्स्ट थर्ड पॉइंट, माय डियर.
Yes, ma'am. Use and city source. Do you research, use quotes and preface from your source, but never plagiarize?
Okay, thank you so much, Umesh. Yes. So use and cite sources. आप जितने ज़्यादा हो सके, you have to go through the sites, you have to collect the, you have to uh, explore your sources. So do your research. हाँ, अपने research करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Use quotes and paraphrase from your source, but never plagiarize. हाँ, मतलब कि it should not be copied. कॉपीड का मतलब है कि प्लैगराइज का मतलब यहाँ पे है कि टोटली गूगल से उठा के आपको नहीं देना है. You don't have to give it from the Google. आपको यहाँ पे खुद का कुछ आइडिया, खुद का ब्रेन लगाना है. ओके, ऑल राइट. नेक्स्ट आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट, yes, I would like to invite Khushbu. Khushbu, third, fourth.
Okay, ma'am. Write a draft. Ernest Hemingway once said, "The first draft of anything is always crap." While the truth behind his statement is debatable, drafts are always a good place to get any of your crappy ideas out of the way and are often required by professors and instructors. I have
Okay, instructors, that's excellent. Yes. Okay, good. You need to work on your reading. Okay, so the next point is write a draft. Draft का मतलब होता है जब ना आप कोई चीज लिखनी होती है, पहले उसको ड्राफ्टिंग कर लीजिए, मतलब कि पहले उसको लिख के रख लीजिए. उसके बाद ना, मतलब जरूरी नहीं है ना कि ऐसे एक बार में ही लिखा जाए. ठीक है. essay is it, it's not necessary that you will write the essay at once. आप उसकी ड्राफ्टिंग कर लीजिए. यू हैव टू डू द ड्राफ्टिंग ऑफ दैट मैसेज एंड कीप, यू हैव टू डू द ड्राफ्टिंग एंड आप ना उसको कलेक्ट करके रखिए. अर्नेस्ट हेमिंगवे once said, this is one of the most famous writer, the first draft of anything is always a crap. हाँ, ये जब हम कोई चीज का ड्राफ्टिंग करते हैं तो हमें लगता है कि यार ये हमने क्या लिख दिया, what have we written, while the truth behind the statement is debatable. मतलब कि इस चीज के स्टेटमेंट के पीछे जो ट्रूथ है, जो सच्चाई है, वो बहुत ही कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल है. इसके ऊपर एक डिबेट हो सकती है. सी, वी आर लर्निंग न्यू वर्ड्स हियर, सर्टेन न्यू वर्ड्स आर हियर. डिबेटेबल, डिबेटेबल मींस जिसके ऊपर डिबेट हो सकती है. Drafts are always good place to get any of your crappy ideas out of the way and are often required by professor and instruction. जो जिसको आप crappy ideas बोल के, जो crap बोल के करते हैं ना, असल में वही drafts जो है आपको, मतलब it most भी ये ideas click होते हैं, and it is most of the times ये आपके, यही आपके प्रोफेसर और इंस्ट्रक्टर्स को चाहिए होता है. Okay, now I would like to request Rupali to read the next point, number 5. Yes, Rupali, over to you, dear. Number 5.
Yes, ma'am. Make a strong thesis.
You are not.
Thesis main argument is the. Am I audible now?
Are audible but not strongly, my dear. I think you should change your operator, network operator. Okay, so I would like to invite Meena. Hi, Meena. Veena, sorry, Veena. Veena, number 5.
Okay. Make a strong thesis. The thesis main argument of of the essay is the most important thing we'll write. Make it a strong point. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you so much, my dear. Make a strong thesis. The essay writing is not less than writing a thesis, my dear. Thesis का मतलब होता है जो main argument है, जो main topic है, उसके बारे में लिखना. The thesis of the essay is the most important thing you will write. Make it a strong point. आप जो main उसका बोलते हैं ना, the body of the essay बोलते हैं जिसको, यहाँ पे it's called thesis. So उसको बहुत strong लिखने की जरूरत है. It is because वही बताएगा कि हमारा आगे का essay कैसा होगा. The body of an essay is like a soul of an essay. वो एक soul की तरह काम करता है, मतलब कि ऐसे की आत्मा की तरह काम करता है. ओके, नाउ नंबर 6. सो नाउ आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट जाकिया. जाकिया, number 6, my dear.
Okay, ma'am. Response to the promote. Sorry. Response to the
Prompt.
prompt. Once you have worked out any kinds in your draft, you can start writing the the final draft of your essay.
Okay, thank you so much, dear. Yes, you're absolutely correct. So respond to the prompt. Yes, अपने जो टॉपिक है उनके ऊपर रिलेटेबल उसको रिस्पॉन्ड करिए, मतलब उससे भटकना नहीं है. Once you have worked out any kinks in your draft. Now here it is a new word, the meaning of kinks. Who can tell me the meaning of kinks? Here we get a new word, kinks. And if you will not understand the meaning of kinks, you will not be able to learn. So kinks means a term.
Ma'am, maybe mistakes.
No, it's not a mistake. It's have some it has some meaning. इसको बोलते हैं बल. In Hindi it is bal, and in English it is a turn or a bend, something that sound be straight. Okay, wait, I'll tell you the other meanings of yes. Okay, unusual way of doing anything. This can also go. So once you have worked out any kinks in your draft, okay, so आपने अपने किस ड्राफ्ट में अगर किसी भी एक किंक के ऊपर काम कर लिया, मतलब कि किसी भी एक यू कैन से कोई एक पॉइंट के बारे में काम कर लिया, यू कैन स्टार्ट राइटिंग द फाइनल ड्राफ्ट ऑफ योर एसे. आप अपना एसे का फाइनल ड्राफ्ट लिखना शुरू कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट, the last point is proofread. So we have a very new student here. I would like to invite, since we are doing a reading session. Hi, Rashi. Would you like to read the 7th point with us, Rashi? Hi, Rashi. Would you like to unmute yourself? Okay, so Rashi, you are a little bit shy. So I would like to give chance to Amin. Amin, Hafiz, and Rashi. You all are new here, I guess.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Rashi. So
Yes,
Rashi, we are understanding the other steps of writing. I have elaborated all 6 steps. So now we are over to 7 step. So can you read the 7th step?
okay, ma'am. Read your response carefully to make sure that there are no mistakes and that you did not miss anything.
Yes. So proofread means you have to read it very carefully. Read your response carefully to make sure that there are no mistakes and you didn't miss anything. So you have to respond it very carefully and you have to be very sure that you don't miss anything. So now I'll tell you the first step of essay writing. But before that, since my students are getting a little bit of, okay. Wait a minute. I have a very interesting way. Wait a minute. Yes. So now I want everyone to pay attention here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone pay attention.
ऐसे लिखना है तो आप कैसे किसी भी निबंध को आसानी से कैसे लिख सकते हैं उसके बारे में आज हम आपको बता रहे हैं। हाउ टू राइट ऐसे, निबंध कैसे लिखें। तो फर्स्टली दोस्तों आ जाता है पहला पॉइंट जो है वो होता है परिचय, इंट्रोडक्शन। फर्स्ट पॉइंट है इंट्रोडक्शन। किसी भी निबंध को लिखने से पहले उसके परिचय के बारे में, उसके इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में लिखिए। जिस विषय पर आप निबंध लिख रहे हैं उसके परिचय के बारे में सबसे पहले लिखें। तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट है इंट्रोडक्शन, परिचय। राइट अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द टॉपिक। राइट अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द टॉपिक ऑन which you wrote,
or you have to write
the essay. फर्स्ट पॉइंट है इंट्रोडक्शन। ऐसे लिखने के लिए, निबंध लिखने के लिए फर्स्ट पॉइंट में जो आता है हमारा वो आता है इंट्रोडक्शन। तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इंट्रोडक्शन है। राइट अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द टॉपिक ऑन विच यू रोट द essay। जिस विषय पर आप निबंध लिखें उसके परिचय के बारे में लिखें। जैसे कि हम घोड़े पर निबंध लिखना है हमें, हॉर्स पे, तो सबसे पहले हम उसका परिचय लिखेंगे। लाइक वी हैव टू राइट एन essay ऑन हॉर्स। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल राइट द इंट्रोडक्शन। मैं ऐसे दोस्तों आप जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल बता रहा हूँ। आप कोई भी टॉपिक ले लीजिए, किसी भी टॉपिक पे आपको निबंध यदि लिखना है, ऐसे लिखना है, तो सबसे पहले उसके इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में लिखेंगे, फर्स्ट पॉइंट हमेशा आप याद रखिएगा। तो मैंने एज ए हॉर्स ले लिया है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो लाइक वी हैव टू राइट एन एसे ऑन हॉर्स। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल राइट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ हॉर्स। सबसे पहले हम, यदि हमने हॉर्स का टॉपिक लिया तो हॉर्स जो घोड़ा होता है उसके इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में लिखें, जैसे लाइक अ हॉर्स इज अ डोमेस्टिक एनिमल, उसके परिचय के बारे में हम लिखें। तो मैं एज ए एग्जाम्पल आपको बताएं, जैसे घोड़ा एक चौपाया जानवर होता है, लाइक हॉर्स इज अ डोमेस्टिक एनिमल। डोमेस्टिक में होता है दोस्तों चौपाया, एनिमल में जानवर, तो लाइक हॉर्स।
बॉडी, I have specified ना that body acts as a soul of any essay. So body जो है जिसमें आपकी जो कहते हैं ना, जो हम लोगों ने वहां पढ़ रहे थे हम लोगों ने पॉइंट्स पढ़ा भी, कि बॉडी जो है जिसमें सारा कुछ होता है, थीसिस यू कैन से आर्गुमेंट, द मेन थीसिस। ओके, सो बॉडी में जिसमें हम लोग जैसे यहाँ पे लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ एन हॉर्स। अब बॉडी में ही हमें हॉर्स के बारे में सारी इंफॉर्मेशन लिखनी है। ओके,
इज अ डोमेस्टिक एनिमल। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये मैंने एज ए एग्जाम्पल आपको बताया। तो फर्स्टली आप हमेशा याद रखिएगा, पहले आपको इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है, उसके परिचय के बारे में। सेकंड पॉइंट आ जाता है हमारा बॉडी पार्ट्स, जो हमारा डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट होता है, जो बॉडी पार्ट होता है वो सेकंड पॉइंट होता है। आफ्टर द इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद, मतलब परिचय के बाद, वी विल राइट अबाउट द बॉडी ऑफ द एसे। परिचय के बाद हम निबंध के बॉडी के बारे में लिखेंगे, ठीक है। वी विल राइट अबाउट द बॉडी ऑफ द एसे आफ्टर इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद। लाइक जैसे घोड़े का मैंने बताया, एग्जाम्पल लिया है हॉर्स का, तो जैसे घोड़े के 4 पैर होते हैं, 2 आंखें होती है, 1 पूंछ होता है, ये निबंध का बॉडी पार्ट्स होता है। लाइक अ हॉर्स हैज़ 4 legs and 2 eyes, दिस इज द बॉडी ऑफ द ऐसे। सेकंड पॉइंट हो गया हमारा दोस्तों बॉडी। फर्स्ट पॉइंट याद रखिएगा, इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है, सेकंड पॉइंट आपको बॉडी लिखना है, और थर्ड पॉइंट में आ जाता है निष्कर्ष, जिसे हम कंक्लूजन कहते हैं, निष्कर्ष। उसके निष्कर्ष के बारे में लिखना है आपको। तो किसी भी एस्से को लिखने के लिए आपको 3 पॉइंट्स हमेशा अपने माइंड में रखना है। फर्स्ट पॉइंट आप,
so the first point is introduction, second point is body, that is considered as the main part of essay writing, and the third part that is last but not the least is the conclusion कैसे करना चाहिए। अब मैं बात करती हूँ कि बॉडी में क्या क्या होना चाहिए। अच्छा, there are some students who are saying I have wrote, so Rupali, can you please unmute yourself, Rupali?
Yes, ma'am.
So Rupali, when you have written the essay, so what was the topic? You have said you have written the essay on independence. So can you please put some more light on it? उसके बारे में आप कुछ और बताना चाहेंगे? So what have you written in the body? Suppose let's take an example of your topic only, Independence Day. So what have you added in the body?
Ma'am, actually, I added all the points. Our freedom struggle for independence, when we really got independence, what were the drafting committee members, and what was the president at that time, main freedom fighters, all the things. And in the conclusion, I mentioned how we can contribute to our society and how we can celebrate this day. We should remember our freedom fighters, and we should really contribute something for our country.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Rupali. The main purpose of writing, you have solved the purpose, Rupali. Thank you so much. So yes, my dear students. So now we will discuss about what we have to write about the body. Okay. अब हमें body में क्या लिखना है? So for this, I would like to invite one of my students. Okay. So yes, Marusha. Marusha, are you there? Marusha, would you like to read the first paragraph, my dear Marusha? Okay, Kanika, are you there? Kanika? Kanika is there? No? Okay, Pritha, would you like to read the first paragraph, dear? Pritha? Anyone who can read the first paragraph, they can unmute. Okay, Mahika, Umesh, and Pritha. Pritha, I have asked you. Okay, Rashi, go ahead. Rashi, read the first paragraph.
Okay, ma'am. For the first body paragraph, you should use your strongest argument or most significant. For example, unless some other more obvious beginning point, as in the case of chronological explanation, is required. The first sentence of this paragraph should be the topic sentence of the paragraph that directly relates to the example listed in the mini outline of introductory program paragraph. A, a
No,
fun one sentence body paragraph that simplicity is
no,
the
it's fine. Rashi, thank you so much. I have asked you only to read the first paragraph, my dear.
thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
So thank you so much. Yes. So now next, so body means tonight we have to discuss about the body. So the first body paragraph, what we have to write in the first part of the body, we should use the strongest argument or the most significant example unless some other more obvious beginning point. हमें ऐसे points को उठाना चाहिए जो सबसे ज्यादा strong हो, ठीक है, और significant means most important हो. It should be some captivating, might have some captivating हो, कुछ interesting words हो, कोई interesting सा information हो. तो हमारी beginning कुछ ऐसी ही होनी चाहिए. As in the case of chronological explanation, ठीक है, इज रिक्वायर्ड. मतलब कि अगर आपको अपना ऐसे सबसे अलग थलग चाहिए तो हमेशा आपको अपनी एसेस की बिगनिंग लाइन को इसी तरह से प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए. द फर्स्ट सेंटेंस ऑफ दिस पैराग्राफ शुड बी द टॉपिक सेंटेंस ऑफ द पैराग्राफ दैट डायरेक्टली रिलेट्स टू द एग्जांपल लिस्टेड इन द मिनी आउटलाइन ऑफ इंट्रोडक्टरी पैराग्राफ. अब आपने बोला इंट्रोडक्शन में कुछ और है लेकिन बॉडी में कुछ और बता रहे हो, तो उससे रिलेवेंट होना चाहिए. जो कि आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में बोला है, इट मस्ट रिलेवेंट, स्पेशली जो इंट्रोडक्शन लिखते हुए जो आपने अपनी क्लोजिंग स्टेटमेंट लिखी है, कोशिश करिए कि आपकी जो क्लोजिंग स्टेटमेंट के अनुसार वो आपकी बॉडी का जो फर्स्ट बिगनिंग है वो मैच करे. ओके, नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट Mahika to read the second paragraph. Yes, Mahika.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, over to you, dear.
A one sentence body paragraph that simply cites the example of George Washington or LeBron James is not enough. However, no following this an effective essay will follow up on this topic. Sentence by explaining to the reader in the detail who or what an example is, and more importantly what that example is relevant.
Okay, thank you so much. So this example is given by one of the famous writer of Washington. His name is George Washington. LeBron James. So it is just an idea to how to write an effective essay. Okay, so yes, my dear students, my lovely students. So it's time to wind up our session, but I hope so you might have read something very specific, something very unique. एंड अगर आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों को चांस नहीं मिला है, डोंट वरी, अगेन टुमारो वी विल कम विद सम इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग. तो कल हम कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग सी चीजें करेंगे. अच्छा, मैंने एक चीज नोटिस किया है, देयर आर सम स्टूडेंट्स जो कि बहुत जल्दी ईगो पे कोई चीज ले लेते हैं. जैसे कि वो आते हैं, रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, कि मुझे ये टॉपिक पढ़ना है, और अगर मैंने बोला कि नहीं, फर्स्ट I have not prepared for that topic. So what they do, they leave the class. So it means you shows that you are only for learning about your topics. You are least bothered about the topic that is taught by me, right?
Yes.
So see what you need to do ना. ठीक है, आप अपनी रिक्वेस्ट जो है, आप अपनी रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ पे मुझसे, मैंने सबकी रिक्वेस्ट मानी है. मैंने कनिका, पृथा, एवन रूपाली, जो कोई भी मुझसे रिक्वेस्ट करता कि मैम आई हैव टू रीड दिस टॉपिक, so I will try to fulfill all the requests. But yes, if I'm saying that I have not prepared for today, but I'll definitely take the class by this week, so I think you should not leave the class. Okay, so yes, thank you so much for joining everyone. Bye bye, take care. It's time to say toodles. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.